What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna be messing around with my Suburban a little bit. I know I said I wasn't gonna do much to it, which I'm not, but I do have a few things that I do need to get done to it. So the other day when I was driving it, the light started flashing at night a little bit. They kept dimming on and off, and then at one point my stereo went off and came back on. So I ran into that problem last time when I had my Silverado and when I had the Tahoe. And when I went online, when I had the Silverado, they saying it was the negative cable. Either clean your ground points or it was your negative cable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just change out the negative cable and I'm gonna clean all the ground points. That fixed the last two vehicles that I had. It fixed that issue. I didn't have that issue at all anymore. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. The passenger side door handle is broke. As you can see, it's broke, which has been broke since I picked it up. I knew it was broke when I purchased it, but I know I could easily fix it. I've had it for the last, I purchased it the same night that I purchased the truck. So it's been here for a while. I just haven't had time to switch it out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna upgrade all the lights with LEDs. So this is for the interior lights, all of the lights up top. Which is these lights. So there's two up there, two right there, and there's one there in the back. So I'm gonna update. So I'm gonna put LEDs in all those, and as well as the same lights are right here, and they're called the puddle lights. So I'm gonna change out the puddle lights as well. And then this is for the daytime running lights. And then these are the backup lights. I like having the really bright backup lights because it helps with the rear view camera, the backup cam. So I always try to switch them out to the LEDs so they help when I'm backing up so I can see better. These are for the fog lights, and these are low beams and high beams. And I did go with aux beam. I've used them before and I like them, didn't have any issues, so I'm gonna go back with them. These are for the seats, the arms on the captain's chairs. One of them broke, so I'm gonna just replace this. So they actually sent two, so I'm gonna replace those. Then these are for the front and the rear, so I can change out the gold bow ties and put the black ones with the chrome on it. So so I'll be switching those out as well. This right here is an eraser wheel, and this is the information for it right here. And I've used these many a times. So when I take off this, there's going to be glue behind it. So I'll be able to clean off the glue with this eraser wheel, and as well as this right here. So this eraser wheel would get this right off with no issues. So I usually hit it with the eraser wheel, then I put a little coat of wax over it, and it's good to go. You also can use it when you're taking off all these panels. These side moldings, there's nothing but glue behind it. These are all held on by glue. So after you take them off, you clean the area, hit it with the eraser wheel, and then it'll knock it right off. So I got those. Let's see what's next. And then I ordered these right here. It's the information. I ordered off Amazon. And these buttons, after a while, always start peeling. So what you do is you just scrape all the paint off of the ones that's peeling, which is really these two. And I just ordered the whole new vinyl replacement. So you can just replace those buttons so they won't look like that, and everything will look nice and neat. Before I sold the Tahoe, I actually changed out, I actually put the vinyl stickers on them as well, so it would look good when the guy was picking it up. So I'll be changing those out. And then last but not least, we're gonna do a tune-up on everything. So what I have is I'm gonna do an oil change. I have wires. So these are the stock AC Delco wire set. So I have wires. These are the NGK spark plugs. So I'm gonna change out the spark plugs. and I'm gonna change out the belt. So, but yeah, that's what I got going for me today. So I'm gonna get started, and then as I'm going through the process, I'll come in and out and just show you what I'm working on. All right, y'all. First thing first, I'm gonna go ahead and change out the broken outside door handle. So what I did was I took this off. There's a little tray that goes here that's holding in two 10 millimeters back here. I took this off. There's a little tray that's right here. You can pop this off. There's the 10 millimeter there. And then I took off the lock. The little lock button or whatever you want to call it. So I took this thing off. So now all I got to do is unhook all these. And then I can take the 10 millimeters out. The 310 millimeters, and then I can start popping it loose around all the way around so I can get to the inside, so I'm able to change out this door handle. So that's what I'll start working on right now. The only tool that you really need is the 10 millimeter, and I used this little screwdriver here to pop off the covers and stuff. So I use that to pop off all the covers, and then this little trim tool. I got this from Amazon, but I use this to stick right here and pop the back end of this up so that you can get to these. So let me go ahead and start switching this out, and once I get the door off, I'll show you what I'm working with. All right, so I end up getting the door panel off. So now there's two bolts that's holding on the door handle. There's one 10 millimeter up in there. See if you can see it. Right there, there's a 10 millimeter, and then you gotta take this right here off. And then the other one's right up in there. There's a 10 millimeter right there. So you gotta take those two 10 millimeters off, and those and that should come right off. And I think we have to undo that clip that's back there holding the rod on. So we'll undo that clip so that the door handle can come out, and then we'll start working. So I'll be back. So you can see the difference between, this is the new one, this is the old one. So the old one, as you can see, all of this is broke. And here's the new one. Here's everything that's supposed to be in here. There's the holes for the screws, for the bolts to go in. Both of those holes are completely broke out, both of them. So the only way I'm able to get out this 10 millimeter bolt is I have to hold this with a pliers and then remove it like that so I can keep that still, so I'm able to pull it out. So here's one of the pieces. It's hooked to it. So I'll go ahead and get this taken care of. I'm gonna throw this new handle in and put this back on so we can move on to the next thing. All right, so we got it back on. So I got the new handle on. It was the reverse of me taking it off around the back side of it. It's only held on by those two 10 millimeter bolts that I already put back in. So now I can start back putting this thing back together. So I'll close this up, just start putting it all back together, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. All right, well, I got the door put back on, got everything working, locked down, up, everything working good. Door handle's good. Ooh. Pull the last piece of plastic off of it, and there she goes. So now we got a working door handle, so my wife can stop tripping every time she gotta get in. So now what I'm gonna do is I got all the LED lights, so I'm gonna just go ahead and change all these out. This is probably too big, but I'll take my little small screwdriver and there she goes. So I'll go ahead and change these out, and I'm gonna change each one of these out. So I will show you all the pieces that came off the door handle. So it was broken all a bunch of pieces. So it was all cracked up. So it was definitely time for a full new replacement. So here's the part number to the door handle. And that was the passenger side front. And here are the LED lights that I'll be changing to. So I think it's 5 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and change these 5 that I have in here. And then I'll come back and let you see how it looks. But all of the little things that come out the same, as you can see, there's little tabs there. And you just pop those little tabs and it'll come right out. So, all right, get back with you in a second. So here's the LED lights. And here's these lights. So that's the difference. If you look at these and you look at those. So I like the nice and clean white look. So that's what I'm going with. So I'm gonna go ahead and change out the rest of these 2, and then there's one in the back. So, all right, so I got all of them changed out. That's the front ones. Here's the middle row, and there's the cargo area. So I got all of them changed out with the Phillips. I have used previously in some other vehicles, I have used like the eBay kit that usually comes with everything. But the only issue is I had a couple problems with them. Blinking and just other problems. So these Phillips I used in my Silverado that I had about 1.5 years ago, I used these in that one, and they work perfect. So I just say I'll keep going back with these Phillips ones. So yep, I like the look. Looks nice and clean now. Now on to the next thing. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and knock out these. So what I'm gonna do is, what I have is it's a plastic razor blade. So I'm gonna take this plastic razor blade and I'm gonna chip all this old stuff away. As you can see, it's chipping right off. So I'm gonna chip both of it off where all the paint is off of it. That way I can add the new vinyl ones on. So I'm only gonna do this one. Well, I'll probably do this one. Well, you know what? I might go ahead and do all of them because I could see where they're already starting to do it right here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do all 4 of these, and I'm gonna do this one. All the rest of them, the paint seems to be in pretty good condition. So I'll knock that out after I clean them up. I'll let you see them, and then I'll apply the vinyl. All right, so I got it done. It looks way better. As you can see, there's a little mark right there. So you're not supposed to clear all of the paint off at the top. And I did for this one. So what it said, if it is paint missing there, you just take a permanent marker and mark in there, and that'll cover that up so you won't be able to see it at night. So I changed all 4 of these and I did the auto. So all right, so on to the next step. All right, so we're at the back of my truck. So what I gotta change out is I'm gonna change out the backup lights on both sides. I'm gonna get rid of this dealership decal that's been up there probably for years when he bought it. And then I'm gonna take this off. So this is held on just by glue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat it up, and then I'm gonna heat it up with my heat gun. I'm gonna take my plastic razor and I'm gonna try to scoop behind it and lift it up. Once I get it up a little bit, I can put heat to it and pretty much pull it right off. And then we're gonna put the new one on. To get that glue and gook off, I got Rapid Remover. This is adhesive remover, and this is the best stuff that I've used. So I've used it to debadge all of my vehicles that I've done so far, and this stuff works awesome. So I'll show you how it works once I get this stuff taken off. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and try to heat up this badge. And the last time I did one, this thing was full of water. So I just want to heat it up so I can get behind it. I need to get me a tripod so I can pull it up, put it up. I can hear it popping, so the glue is releasing. Whoop, a little bit too much. It's already, see what it's doing? So it's wrinkling up, so I'm thinking I got it pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna scoop this razor behind it. The good thing with these razors is you don't have to worry about, as I say, you don't have to worry about scratching the paint. I'm scratching the paint. So let me use 2 hands. I'm gonna get this off and then I'll be back. All right, so I end up pulling it off. So I pulled it off and now I'm gonna hit all this adhesive off with this 3M eraser. And as you can see, it knocks it right off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of it, get it all nice and clean. Then once I get all this adhesive off, I'm gonna hit it with this rapid remover, clean it up, and then we're gonna put the new black one on. So it's really that simple. All right. Now that I got all the adhesive and that double-sided tape off, now I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with this rapid remover and clean it off. I noticed that behind the thing, some of the paint came off behind it, so not a big deal. I may put some like super glue or something in there. I always try to fill in them holes if I run into something like that. But what I'm gonna do is put that rapid remove on here and let it eat it up. So all you do is just spray it and just let it sit for a little bit, and it getting on the other stuff, it's okay. I usually let it sit for a couple seconds, and after that just go ahead and wipe it and look, and clean it right up. Try to get all this old residue off. So there she goes. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and test fit this black one and see how she fit. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this black one on. And then I'm gonna clean up that side over there and we'll be done with the back after I do these lights. All right, so I finally got it on and it looks way better than the gold one did. So everything's lined up and we're good to go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, clean this up, try to take these tail lights out, and I think I'm gonna be done for the day. And we're gonna work on the rest tomorrow. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and try to go ahead and knock this off. The good thing is, as long as you don't let it get hot, and it's not gonna mess up your paint, but it'll knock this stuff right off. Then use that rapid remover that I got, spray on there, clean it right up. Never be able to tell it was there. All right, I got it all off. Sticky stuff is still up there. Take this rapid remover, let that spray that up there. Let that sit for a minute, not even a minute. Let it sit for a few seconds, and then we're gonna go back over it, wipe it, and clean it right off. So it should be good now. Yep, as you can see, It's getting that stuff right off. And clean it right off. And what I will do is once I paint correct the car, I'll paint correct it, but as you can see, it's gone. You can't tell it was there. It looked like there was another emblem there. It's like an oval shape. So that probably was the car dealership prior to this one. So whenever I buff it and paint correct it, I clean that spot and it'll be good to go. So boom, can't even tell it was there. So, and next I don't know if I want to take this flex fuel badge off. I don't really like it, so I may take that off, but I am gonna go ahead and do the tail lights. So I'll do the tail lights and get them out and switch that. Well, it looked like they sent me the wrong one, so that's the bulb that came out. Here's the one that they sent me, and the bottom of it is too thin. This is a little bit wider, so it won't sit down in there. As you can see, it's all loose. So they sent me the wrong one. No biggie. I had to send it back. So I'll put this back in and I'll send it back. But I think that's all I got for today. Tomorrow I still got to finish up. So tomorrow I'll do the front grille. I'll do all the LED lights up front. I meant not the grill, the bow tie. So I'm gonna do the bow tie, do all that. I got a new belt, plugs, wires, and I'm gonna change the oil. So if this is your first time, like, comment, subscribe. This is just part one. Part two will be tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and knock all this stuff out and get these videos uploaded. And as well as, I forgot, I gotta do the negative battery cable as well and clean all the ground points. So all right, I'll catch y'all next time.